Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Hager number 3938. This is a 5-inch deadlocking latch bolt for their 3600 series devices, lock sets. So this is a 5-inch back set, and that means the edge of the door to the center of the hole for the lock is 5-inch. The term backset is technically more involved than that, but in general, or I should say, for the purpose of this video, edge of the door to the center of the hole is 5-inch. That is indeed what this will be. Now this is a tubular lock, meaning that to the center of that spindle it's going to be 5-inch. Since we have the tape measure, that's going to be 2 1/4 tall, and I can tell by looking at it it's going to be 1 inch wide. Okay. This is the deadlocking tab. That's the deadlocking tab that's right there. A proper installation, when this is in the strike plate in the frame, that is retained back by the strike. And when that's the case, I cannot push that in. I can't Lloyd that latch bolt. If it's not properly installed, I can just Lloyd that. Lloyd, L-O-I-D, is the term to jimmy, to Lloyd something. So proper installation is going to require that deadlocking tab to be back, retracted, held back. Okay. Now, this is in the oil rubbed bronze finish, and the SC in the part number, by the way, stands for square corner. You can see why we would say that. This is a square corner latch. This can be done obviously in radiused corner options as well. At least I believe it can be. Indeed, it can be done in a 1/4 inch radius or a square corner. This is, of course, the square corner. That faceplate here is in the 10B finish. It's also available in US10 for satin bronze, US10B, here, oil rub bronze, US26 polished chrome, US26D satin chrome, US3 polished brass, US4 satin brass. Okay. This is used in keyed function locks. You would not use a guarded or a deadlocking latch bolt in a passage or a privacy. Not that it would give you trouble to do so. It wouldn't. And I cannot think of an instance where you would not be, that it would render the lock inoperative. You know, if you're doing a privacy set, you probably don't want to do a guarded or a deadlocking latch like this. You might want to be able to Lloyd that latch bolt should you need to. If someone is in there and they can't open the door, they're incapacitated, you might want to be able to Lloyd that. I've been in that circumstance in the past. So being able to get in without tearing a door down is awfully nice. Let's take a look at the product catalog. Before we do that, why 5-inch? Well, some people want that lock moved over for whatever reason, aesthetic purposes. You know, if you have a 4-foot wide door, it might look nice to have that lock moved over. It was certainly a very common situation in the 1950s and 1960s to have residential locks installed with excessive back sets. I've seen locks installed in the center of doors where the back set is literally about 18-inch. And while you wouldn't get a piece like that from Hager, it can be done, and they could probably do it in a different series of theirs. Very uncommon nowadays. But you'd want to move that lock over away also because of an inherent nature of either the lock itself, where you had a large escutcheon plate, mid-century, or you had push-pull hardware on a hospital door where you need to move it over just so that you can operate the handle without the lock being very close to the jamb. Would be another reason to have an extended back set or a larger back set than standard. Back sets, 2-inch, 2 3/8, 2 3/4, 3 3/4, 5-inch, 7-inch. Customs. You can link things together to get successively larger out as well. Let's take a look at that product catalog that's down below. Now the link in the extended description down here, the product catalog, that's just going to be an overview of the tubular 3600 series. And what's nice about that is if you were interested to know more about the lock itself, you'd be able to see it in the overview series. But what's probably most important for you is to be able to scroll through and look at the available parts. And that's the last page here, where you've got different latch bolt configurations and some strikes. Faceplate adapters are neat. If you're putting this lock onto a commercial hollow metal door, you're going to want to be sure to use these. because that will take your 1-inch wide bolt to go to inch and 1/8, and none of these bolts on this tubular lock is 1 1/8 wide. They're all 1 inch. That's handy to be able to look at that there. This is tubular, and that's a reference to the construction of the lock. Okay, and the rest of the description indicates the functions that this will work on, which you can, of course, see back in that product catalog. And now finally, you'll get a couple of screws to attach that latch bolt to the door, steel door or wood door. Those are combo screws. Thread business and on the top and party in the back. Threads, wood threads at the tip and machine threads up near the base. So this will work in either a wood door or a hollow metal door as well. Okay. The name Hager is synonymous with a comprehensive offering of commercial builders hardware. Their namesake Hager hinge. They make a lot more than hinges. Door closers, lock sets, exit devices, electrified hardware, trim and auxiliary, weather stripping, auxiliary hardware like signage, filler plates, Roton continuous geared hinges as well. They are a company that has been in business since the mid-19th century, a fact that I know that Hager is quite proud of. I like Hager a lot, and it's because they are absolutely dedicated to doing the best job that they can in competing with those large conglomerates around them. They're a family-owned company that enjoys a lot of loyalty from their end user base. I have noticed that. I've had people call and say, I need the Hager lock so-and-so. Okay, great, let me check it out. Not in stock, lead time's 2 weeks. Would you like to talk about alternates? Nope, I want the Hager lock. And I hear that over and over. Once people are sold on Hager, they're quite loyal to Hager. And I do not have any reason to suggest otherwise, that they shouldn't be. If there are any questions on the Hager 3938 latch or any other Hager product, you can see all the Hager items that we sell at the link below this video to the manufacturer's page. That will show you all the Hager items we sell, a link to the manufacturer's catalog, as well as a link to the manufacturer's website as well. Again, any questions on the 3938 square corner and a 10B finish, 5-inch latch bolt, or any other Hager product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.